So first of all, a polygon is a closed two-dimensional shape with three or more straight sides. You can't make shape with only two sides. So the smallest polygon possible would be a triangle because we have to have at least three sides. And if we increase the number of sides, we get different shapes. Quadrilateral, that's just a four-sided polygon. Most common ones are squares and rectangles. Pentagons got 5 sides, hexagons 6 sides. You know about octagons, nonagons, the list goes on. These are just some common ones. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you some of the properties of polygons. I'll just do 3. I'll start with the triangle, the quadrilateral, and then the pentagon. I'm going to just show you how we can determine the sum of the interior angles and the exterior angles for each of these polygons. I've built a triangle and I've extended the sides. That's going to allow me to measure the exterior angles. Remember, exterior means outside the triangle. I can also look at the interior angles. Interior means inside. The angles inside the triangle will add up to 180 degrees. I can test that really quick if I just use the GSP to add these 3 angles together. That's these measurements here. And here I've shown that the sum of the interior angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. What I've done here is I've measured the exterior angles. That's this guy, and this guy. I can measure some of those angles, and as you can see, it's 360 degrees. So that's 2 properties of a triangle. The sum of the interior angles is 180 degrees. The sum of the exterior angles is 360 degrees. Next, I'm going to show you the same thing for a quadrilateral. And again, so what I've done is I've taken the 4 interior angles of this quadrilateral, and what I'm going to do is quickly just show you what the sum of those interior angles happens to be. And in this case, it is not 180 degrees. Turns out it's more than 180 degrees, which makes sense because we've added a 4th angle. As you can see, it ends up being 360 degrees. So the sum of the interior angles of a quadrilateral we know is 360 degrees. Now when we go to look at all 4 exterior angles, using GSP, I can calculate the sum of my exterior angles for a quadrilateral. As you can see, it's 360 degrees. So you might be thinking, well, I'm starting to notice a pattern here. Let's just quickly look at a pentagon. I've got the interior angles. You can see here that at the sum of the interior angles is 540 degrees. And if I add up the exterior angles, no surprises there, it's 360 degrees. In the interior angles, notice that I'm adding 180 degrees for every side that I add to my polygon. For my exterior angles, there's a nice constant pattern of 360 degrees there. So just to summarize here, based on that demonstration, we can tell that the sum of the interior angles, 180 times n minus 2, where n is the number of sides. The second conclusion, the sum of the exterior angles in any polygon is 360 degrees. So if I take a look at this hexagon, I know that the hexagon has 6 sides. So if I sub in 6 for n, I end up with 180 degrees times 4. The sum of the interior angles of a hexagon is 720 degrees. So another example applies the same concept, the same conclusion that we formed. How many sides does the polygon have if its interior angles add up to 900 degrees? We're being given the sum of our interior angles. Remember in the last example, we were finding the sum. So we're given the sum, and we are being asked how many sides the polygon has. In this case, we're actually going to be sort of rearranging this formula and solving for the number of sides. So I have 900, that's going to be my sum. So my goal here is to solve for n. Right now I'm multiplying 180 degrees times this set of brackets. So if I wanted to get rid of this 180 degrees, I could simply divide both sides by 180 degrees. 900 divided by 180 is 5, leaving me with n minus 2. All we have to do is bring this negative 2 over to the other side. Remember, we do that by adding, and that'll give us an n value of 7. If a polygon has 7 sides, the sum of the interior angles will be 900 degrees. And you can check your answer by subbing in 7 for n and checking that it equals 900 degrees.